I'm your host, Phillipa Channer, and today we're wrapping up our March series with a very special episode. As entrepreneurs, we pour so much of ourselves into our business, and sometimes it can feel like there is little left for anything else. That's why today I want to take a moment to share a special reflection of work-life balance as a female CEO, the lessons that I've learned, the challenges that I face, and the strategies that I've used to help me along the way. And before we dive in, I want to share something exciting. If you haven't heard yet, the EmpowerHer program is now available as a brand new self-paced email-based version. This flexible format is perfect for busy female entrepreneurs looking to level up their marketing strategy on her. You're going to get the same great tools, templates, and insights delivered in a way that works for your life. So be sure to check out the link in the show notes for all the details and to sign up today. So let's dive into today's reflection. As female entrepreneurs, we often wear many hats. We've got CEO, marketer, caregiver, friend, and many more. It's easy to feel like you're constantly being pulled in different directions, and the pressure to do it all is so overwhelming. In my journey, I faced moments where I felt completely burned out, questioning whether I could balance demands of running my business with my personal life. Over time, I've realized that balance isn't about being perfect. It's about being intentional and giving yourself grace. One of the biggest challenges I faced recently is balancing the demands of pursuing my MBA while running my business. It's been a journey to prioritize studying, completing assignments, and staying engaged in my coursework, all while still trying to support my clients and growing the EmpowerHer program, and being a wife, and being a mother, and taking care of some of the pets in my house, walking my dog. It's a lot. And what helped me is creating clear boundaries and setting aside dedicated time for study and reminding myself that this investment in education will help me better serve my community in the long run, better serve my family, better serve my clients, and anybody I engage with. I'm learning so much information and I'm able to already apply what I learn in so many different ways. All right, so some of the lessons I've learned in addition to that is, first, I alluded to this a little bit, was prioritizing what matters the most. Balance doesn't mean giving equal attention to everything all the time. It means focusing on what matters the most in each season of life. So during a launch period, I may have to, work may be take priority over my time and energy and efforts. But other times, my family is going to take priority. And other times in my life, my personal health might need to come first. So a good example of this is I had the opportunity to attend a wonderful retreat with some great women. And it was going to be a great time. It was only 2 days and I've attended it before, so I know what to expect. But I had to make a choice because it was scheduled on the same day that it was my son's birthday. And my son shared with me that it was really important for me to be there for him instead of at the retreat. And so I had to balance those two priorities and say, okay, what's going to be more important for me in the long run? The experience that I get at that retreat, a lot of it I could get in different times of the year in different events. But my son's birthday is only going to happen once a year. And so I had to, learn to set boundaries and say no to things that don't align with my priorities. Next step I had to do was set realistic expectations. Overloading your to-do list only sets you up for disappointments and frustrations. So you want to set achievable goals and celebrate small wins. Be realistic with your to-do list. Spread yourself out, spread things out so you're not cramming them in and overwhelming yourself. So instead of aiming to grow your business by 50% in one quarter, focus on steady, sustainable progress. I've learned to define success in ways that honor my capacity rather than comparing myself to others that I see that are, being successful in my field or other peers that I've engaged with that are achieving some great things. I've learned to really celebrate with them, but not try to use that as a crutch to me to say, okay, well, why can't I do that? Or why haven't I done that? I just use it more of as a motivation to say, okay, great. Eventually in my time, in my effort, I'm going to get to where I need to be successful. Another thing I learned this year that was really important is to delegate and outsource. You do not have to do everything yourself. I know most of us running our businesses, it's just us on a team. Maybe you have a virtual assistant, maybe you don't. But you don't have to do everything yourself. Delegating tasks or outsourcing certain aspects of your business can free up time for what truly matters. So an example is hiring a virtual assistant to handle some of your admin tasks, or you can partner with a freelancer for social media, and that can make a huge difference. So one of the things I always recommend and encourage is finding different ways that maybe you can do some service exchanges. So for instance, I am okay with my running QuickBooks, and if you're familiar with QuickBooks and hopefully you're using some type of accounting software, you know that you have to categorize all of your transactions so that at the end of the year you have a good look at where your money is going. You can run reports and prepare what you need to for taxes. Well, I can do that, but it does take a lot of time. And so I was able to find a local bookkeeper who also needed help with some marketing support. And so we have a partnership here where she helps me with my bookkeeping and I help her with as much marketing support as I can give her. And it's a great relationship. And I think that is a way of delegating and outsourcing so you're not overwhelmed with doing something in your business that's technically not your gift or talent and is taking more time and energy than it needs to. So maybe that's an option for you. Always have things in writing when you have a partnership like that. That way there's no confusion. But I feel like it's a great way to really help another growing, thriving business with their journey as well. So letting go of control. This was hard for me, especially when hiring my first virtual assistant, but it's one of the best decisions I made for my business and my personal well-being. Her being a part of my life really gave me the flexibility to focus on what's most important for my business and also not feel overwhelmed on a day-to-day business and know that I was able to give some of my responsibilities and some of my trust over to somebody else. And it was a huge step for me, but it was well worth it. The next thing I learned was to create non-negotiable self-care practices. This was so important. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. You want to build routines that support your physical and mental and emotional health. And so whether it's a morning meditation, weekly yoga class, or simply taking a walk during lunch, prioritizing your self-care as part of your schedule is so important. When I started treating self-care as non-negotiable, I became more present and productive in all areas of my life, especially when I started school. If I didn't start a morning routine that really helped start my day strong, I don't think I would have been able to manage the courses that I have at the pace that I am. So it's so important to take care of yourself. You take care of yourself first. It's just like on the airplane. Take care of yourself, buckle your seatbelt first, and then take care of everybody else. It will be so much easier. And then the last thing that I really started to do more often, and I want to stress that's so important, is celebrating your wins. Take time to acknowledge the accomplishments you've done, both the big and the small ones, and remind yourself just how far you've come. At the end of each week or each month, reflect on what you've achieved and express gratitude for your progress. I've had to start doing this every day because sometimes, the wins are really small and they're easy to forget. And so every day I would write down, just one thing I accomplished that day and celebrate it. And at the end of the week, I kind of look at everything together and just be grateful. And then it really helps because at the end of the year, you have a great source to look back and really say, wow, I've accomplished so much this year. And do this not just for your work stuff. Take a moment to really look at your personal life. Just, getting up, like you did a morning workout. You haven't gone for a run in months and you did one today. Celebrate that. Write it down and remember it. And track that progress because it's going to mean so much later on. So a little bit of encouragement for you as you navigate your own journey as a female entrepreneur. Remember that balance looks different for everyone. It's not about perfection. It's about progress and creating a life that aligns with you, your values, and your goals. So give yourself permission to rest, ask for help, and redefine success in a way that feels authentic to you, and celebrate that success when it happens. So thanks for joining me today and throughout our March series on marketing channels. If this is the first episode you're listening to, make sure that you go back, listen to the last 4 episodes, episode 169, 170, 171, and 172. Great content and information on marketing channels. And I hope this month's episodes have given you some actionable strategies and a renewed sense of focus on your business. If today's reflection resonated with you and you're ready to build a business that aligns with your goals and values, the Empower Her program is here to support you. Please schedule a one-on-one meeting with me to learn more. The link, of course, is in the show notes. So until next time, keep shining. And remember, balance isn't about doing it all. It's about doing what matters the most.